My name is Alexis.
I'm Michi. Welcome to Alexis Explain.
A series in which
I ask Alexis questions.
and I do my best to answer them.
Today we're talking about
The moon,
half moons, full moons,
lunar eclipses,
why the moon is red sometimes, why it's gray,
size of the moon, supermoons,
why the sky is blue.
the moon illusion.
Yeah, lots of interesting topics. We find out that I didn't know anything before,
And I didn't know enough.
but now we're smarter.
And you will too.
So stay tuned. Wait, that is way too crazy. This is so difficult.
I know. Yeah, I don't really understand.
No, we don't understand. Okay, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
This is for kids, but it's really difficult. Klappity erste.
What?
What do you call this?
Action. Clap.
Clap? The thing?
No, that's a director thing.
Director thing the first.
Oh, take one.
Take one. Take one.
Okay, take one.
I love the moon.
More than anyone I know.
My camera roll is full of pictures of the moon.
Full moons, baby moons,
Yeah.
little moons, big moons.
But what I don't understand, there's a lot that I don't understand about the moon.
Just in general.
But I don't understand why do we only see the half moon sometimes? And okay, I get it, the Earth's shadow or something. I just don't understand how.
Well, you're in luck. The moon's phases depend on the position of both the Earth and the sun, right?
No.
So, yeah, it does.
But I don't understand.
Oh, so let's say the sun is here. The light's,
Coming from here? The
yeah,
light-
the
okay.
light's going that way. Earth is here.
The light's going everywhere, right?
Yeah, the light's going everywhere. Outwards, that way, that way, that way.
But we're only interested in this.
Yeah, to look at the Earth. The Earth's orbiting the sun, and the moon is orbiting the Earth. When it's a full moon, that means you have the Earth here, and the moon is here. The moon has to be here to be a full moon.
Earth, moon, sun.
Yeah.
So the moon is right behind the Earth?
Yeah. So if this is a sun and you have the moon here, Earth here, that's a new moon when you can't really see the moon.
Why can I not see
Like
it?
the moon's not really lit up.
Why?
It's
But
because...
it is right behind the sun.
It is. The moon doesn't actually have light. We just
Yeah,
see
I
the
know.
light that's reflected from the sun. But I'm thinking,
Oh, if the sun hits the moon,
lights up that side of the moon.
we don't see that
No,
side.
because the dark side of the moon would be facing you, facing Earth.
Oh, yeah. But it's night for us. There's no sun. We are not where the light is. We're on the other side.
Yeah. Okay, so let's think about full moon, because maybe that's a bit easier. So sun is here, Earth is here, moon is here. So if we see the full moon, we're
It's not
seeing...
the Earth's shadow.
No, we're seeing the whole thing being reflected. So a half moon would be over here or here.
Why is that half a moon?
Let's think about it. So it's only lighting up halfway,
Where's
like just
other
the
half?
part from the bottom. I think it's just not being hit by the sun, not catching all of the...
But it can catch it when it's right behind the Earth?
Yeah, I don't really understand.
No, we don't understand.
The diagrams make it look so simple, but when I'm thinking about it, I don't really get it.
Let's look at a diagram. Yeah, why does the Earth not block the sunlight further?
Yeah, that's what I'm kind of not understanding. Okay, this makes sense. So here, it's lighting up that side of the moon, but we don't see it. Here, it's still lighting. It's always lighting up the same side. Oh, but because you're on Earth, you're only seeing a split because it's being hit that way. This is a really good figure. Because a full moon, it's not like you're seeing the whole moon. You're just seeing half of the sphere, which looks like a circle.
Oh,
Do
I
you see?
understand. Oof. Ah, that's difficult to imagine. Why is it a toenail?
Let's think. If you have a ball and you're shining a light, I feel like you could kind of just see this.
Yeah, it is a little bit like this.
Yeah,
I can see it
because
now.
it's round. It's not flat.
And I know why the moon looks flat to you. We know that from our rainbow
Yeah,
video.
from the rainbow video.
because there's nothing else around it to give us the clues
that it's three-dimensional.
Yeah, so it's not a toenail.
And a full moon is not like you're seeing the whole moon, you're just seeing one complete side of the sphere, which looks like a perfect circle. And it looks like you are seeing the whole moon, even though you know you're not seeing the dark side.
Yeah, the sun always lights up the same amount of the moon.
Yeah, it's always being the same amount. It's just depending on where it is around the Earth that you can see more or less
Does
of it.
the moon also rotate?
The moon does rotate, but
In itself, I mean?
yeah, the moon rotates and the moon also orbits around, but you always see the same part of the moon because the moon's rotation is roughly very, very close to the same amount it takes to go around. Like it takes 27 point something days to orbit Earth, but it also takes a little over 27 days to completely do a full spin.
Oh,
so
crazy.
That's spinning, but it's also spinning around Earth, so you're actually just always seeing the same side.
Oh,
Crazy.
that is crazy.
Right? I'm like, that's cool. So you actually only are seeing.
And I guess the sunlight just so much that this little dot that Earth is doesn't really affect.
Like it doesn't cast a shadow?
Yeah.
Maybe.
Yeah, why does Earth not cast a shadow on the moon? I was really wrong in the beginning then.
Earth's shadow covers only part of the lunar disk, so it looks as though something has taken a bite out of it.
Can we see it?
Oh, I think it only casts a shadow during lunar eclipses and stuff like that.
Yeah.
Yeah, during a total lunar eclipse, Earth blocks sunlight from reaching the moon, but I think normally
It doesn't. So is the
Let's
moon
see.
a little bit above or a little bit below the Earth? Yeah, only in a lunar eclipse the
Yeah.
Earth comes in between. Can you show this?
Yeah, the moon is right in the shadow.
But how is it usually not? And how long between lunar eclipses?
Does it have to do with the wobble or something? Because, yeah, how spread apart are lunar eclipses? How often are lunar eclipses? Every 3 years.
Why is there not a lunar eclipse every full moon?
'Cause
But where is it usually? Because in the diagram it was right behind. Okay, so it is only at full moon.
At the same time, the moon is at or very near a lunar node. So the sun, the moon, and the earth are aligned in a straight or nearly straight line. A lunar node. It's because the plane of the moon's orbital path around Earth is inclined at an angle of 5 degrees to Earth's orbital plane around the sun, also known as the ecliptic. The points where the two orbital planes meet are called lunar nodes. Lunar eclipses occur when a full moon happens near a lunar node.
I didn't understand that.
The plane of the moon's orbital path around Earth is inclined at an angle of 5 degrees to Earth's orbital plane around the sun.
Oh, okay. So this is how the Earth goes around the sun. And if you make this a plane, the plane how the moon goes around the Earth,
Is at 5 degrees.
like this kind of.
So
Okay.
they're not always perfectly aligned, but when they
Uh-huh.
happen to be perfectly aligned,
Like when the planes intersect.
yeah, that's at the lunar node.
Okay, cool. So do we see the moon at different places in the sky then?
Yeah.
Because sometimes we see it out there and sometimes like a little bit. But it's not the same position every day?
Yeah, I think it is slightly different each day. Like,
During
it's
the day
not-
too.
Yeah.
Why do we sometimes see it during the day?
That's just because it happens to be up during the day. The moon rises and sets 50 minutes later each day, which just means it varies. So sometimes it's going to be up, sometimes it's not. And if it's up above the horizon, then there's a chance we're going to see it at that time. So it's just because it's out. And sometimes
Why do we see it
it's
every
there.
night?
Why do we see it every night?
You said 15 minutes later every day?
50 minutes.
50?
Yeah.
50?
Yeah, the moon rises on an average 50 minutes later each day in the Earth's sky due to the difference in Earth's rotation and the moon's revolution.
What's revolution?
I think that's also like spinning.
Okay, but it can't be always 50 minutes later.
But it is.
Because then it can't be 50 minutes later every day. day.
But that's what it is.
But it would be 2 p.m. at some point.
What do you mean?
Let's say we see it at 9 p.m.
Yeah.
50 minutes later, almost 10 p.m. 50 minutes later, 11 p.m.
Yeah, and then sometimes it's coming up at
noon.
I think it does sometimes. That's when you see it during the day.
But how long does it stay up?
How long does the moon stay? Oh, 12 hours. Roughly 12 hours out of 24. So if it was out at 2 p.m., you would see it through the night till like 2 a.m. If it was out at 5 p.m., it would be out till 5 a.m. So I think because it's 12 hours, you're probably always going to catch it at night. If it's noon, you're going to see it till midnight.
And then after?
Then it's out of sight, but then you see it again the next day.
You're telling me there's nights where I don't see the moon anymore after midnight?
Some, yeah. I mean, do you stare at the moon that long?
For 12 hours?
Yeah, no. So you wouldn't know. And there are some nights when you're like, huh, I can't find the moon.
We can see the moon a lot more than I thought. 12 hours every day?
Yeah, 12 out of 24. That's half of the day.
Half of the day? Why did I think we can only see the moon at night?
I think it's just because it's portrayed as sun is day, moon is night. Stars are a bit different. Stars actually emit light, and it's much
have
weaker.
their own light.
Yeah, so you wouldn't see that during the day.
Sometimes. We once saw two stars
together.
together.
Yeah, I think we looked it up though.
Yeah, it was
right?
a 2-star star.
Yeah, that's right. It was like around sunset, but it was still really bright out. We thought they were balloons.
Yeah, we did. Okay, that's wild.
Mm-hmm.
You do see it a lot during the day. That's true.
Yeah.
12 hours every day. 50 hours later. 50 minutes later every day.
Yeah, 50 minutes later.
Because of how they rotate. Oh, crazy. And then you can always see kind of the same side of the moon, and it's always the face or something, or a bunny. Right?
Yeah, the patterns. It's a lady, it could be a bunny, or it could just be a funny face.
Depending on how you see it, how you look at it.
Depending on your imagination. And those are just craters, the things that are creating the faces and stuff.
How did the craters get there?
Get on the moon. Just from things colliding with it in space.
Oh, yeah.
Causing craters, and it's also because it has no atmosphere, so more things collide with it. If things fly into Earth, hit the atmosphere,
They
get destroyed before making it. And also because there's no atmosphere, there's no wind and stuff on the moon or erosion, so that doesn't really get rid of the crater tracks. That's why you could still see footsteps of the first people that stepped foot on the moon.
Really?
Whereas if you do it on Earth, it's gonna go away because of the wind or because of erosion.
There's no wind.
Yeah, crazy, right?
Wait, that is way too crazy.
The footsteps are just still there.
Still there.
Yeah.
There's no animals that could.
Break it down and stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Why is it gray? Do you know?
Why are some parts of the moon gray?
Or only some parts gray?
Oh, you mean the whole moon?
Yeah. Why is the moon gray?
That gray color you see comes from the surface of the moon, which is mostly oxygen, silicon, magnesium, iron, calcium, and aluminum. The lighter color rocks are usually plagioclase feldspar, while the darker rocks are pyrocene. That's geology stuff.
Different materials?
Yeah, uh-huh.
Oh, I thought it's the craters. It's different materials.
Yeah, I guess so.
The moon looks so cool. You know, sometimes the moon is a little red.
Yeah,
Do you know
sometimes
why?
it's reddish. It has to do with the sun.
Yeah, because once we saw it rise.
From the ocean.
Yeah,
but that was a special lunar eclipse thing, too.
It's so big when it rises from the ocean. Blood moon, supermoon.
Yeah.
Is supermoon the same as lunar eclipse? No, opposite.
Mm-mm. Oh, the name blood moon is also sometimes used for a moon that appears reddish because of dust, smoke, or haze in the sky. Also
Lunar?
during a lunar eclipse.
Yeah, why is the moon red
So
during
why
the
is it-
lunar eclipse?
Yeah. So the reason why the moon takes a reddish color during totality is a phenomenon called Rayleigh scattering. It is the same mechanism responsible for causing colorful sunrises and sunsets and for the sky to look blue.
Right.
Yeah,
What
we've
is
learned
that?
about it before. It's how light scatters. I think it's also the same thing as rainbows.
Yeah, why are sunsets pretty?
Yeah, so Rayleigh scattering, I hope I'm saying that right, refers to the scattering of light off the molecules of the air.
Okay, and why are they red when the sun is low?
Let's see, what was your other question?
Why is the moon red sometimes? And why is it big sometimes when it's on the horizon?
Oh, that's just an illusion. The size of the moon is always the same.
Yeah, but why is it...
Why does it appear bigger? It's actually called the moon illusion, that it looks larger at the horizon. And I mean, I think,
good illusion.
yeah, part of it is because you're seeing it next to other things, so you can, you know, give it some scale. It just looks bigger. It's like the ball. Like you can have the hallway and the ball that's here and the ball that's there, and they both
are the same size, but one looks tiny.
It's kind of like that. But the moon is like even a super moon, same size.
I mean, I knew that it's the same size. That's a big difference, though.
Yeah.
Yeah, we've seen it be huge before.
Yeah, sometimes it looks giant.
Sometimes it's when it rises up above Diamond Head.
That it looks huge.
Could be the same thing.
Yeah, because you can compare it to something.
Okay, and now why is it red sometimes? Because of light scattering?
Yeah, wavelengths of light scatter the most off teensy particles that are about 1/10 the wavelength of the light.
Yeah, but why only for sunset and sunrise and moonrise?
Even so, the sun's light first passes through the Earth's atmosphere, and during that trek, particles in the atmosphere preferentially scatter the shorter wave blue light. In that way, the longer wavelength, orange and red, bathe the moon's surface.
This is so difficult.
I know. This also explains why the sky is blue.
No, it does not. Help us!
Light travels in waves, and different colors of light have different physical properties.
We know that.
Blue light has a shorter wavelength and is scattered more easily by particles in Earth's atmosphere than red light, which has longer wavelengths.
No, I
During a lunar eclipse, when the sun
Can I
is...
see a diagram? That's why the sky is blue? This is for kids, but it's really difficult. When light hits our atmosphere, it separates into all its colors.
We know that.
Yeah.
From rainbows.
It said blue light scatters the easiest.
Scatters more, yeah.
Yeah, blue light scatters, making the sky appear blue, while the rest of it reaches our eyes as white light. Yeah. At sunrise and sunset, the rays of the sun pass through more of the atmosphere. Like usually only one slice of the atmosphere, but at sunrise and sunset, a long part of the atmosphere.
Yeah.
And then, well, blue always gets scattered pretty easily.
Yeah, so those are still scattered, and the other two travel more directly.
With more time through the atmosphere, the even shorter wavelengths get scattered too, because it's just more time through.
Yeah.
More wave through.
Yeah, maybe that's why you see different shades throughout the sunset.
Okay, this is what explained it to me.
Do you get it now? Are you all pros?
Why does that make the moon red now?
So going back to the lunar eclipse. Oh, it's because it's passing through more of the Earth's atmosphere. The lunar eclipse happens during full moon. So yeah, the sunlight from the sun has to pass through, like around the Earth.
Oh, and then it hits
that
the
picture
moon.
was. Yeah, but it's only more of the red.
But only the red ones
disappeared. That is a pretty good figure.
Oh, that's difficult.
Yeah, that's...
Okay, wrap up?
Yeah.
So I wanted to know, why is the moon a half moon sometimes?
Yeah.
And you explained to me that it's where the moon is in
position relative to
the Earth.
And the sun.
And the sun. If the Earth is right in the middle,
sun is here,
moon is here, then we see the full moon, because this part of the moon is always lit up.
Yeah.
And this is the part we see.
Yeah.
And this part is always lit up. Here, we only see half of it.
Under it, yeah. Just the half.
But
it looks like a toenail.
Looks like a toenail. If it's here,
you're not going to see any of it.
Yeah, this part is lit up. This part is dark. New moon. And we see it in 2D, even though it's actually 3D, just because we don't have much to relate it to.
Yeah, just the plain sky.
Yeah, and that's also why it looks so small. Because as soon as it comes to the bottom and we see it right next to other things, it looks huge.
Yeah, it's called the moon illusion.
The moon illusion.
Yeah.
It has craters, but they are not what makes the different colors of the moon. They're different materials. Aluminum.
Magnesium, iron, and another light metal.
And oxygen.
And yeah, there's different rock types that make up the different parts of the moon. Some parts are lighter, some parts are darker.
You can still see footsteps in the moon from the first people that went on there
because there's no atmosphere. Yeah.
No wind.
No wind, no erosion.
And then the last thing we learned is that sunsets
are really pretty.
Sunsets are really pretty because light hits Earth like this.
when
and
it's
then-
low.
Yeah, usually during the day it hits it like this. Then blue light gets scattered because blue light gets scattered first.
Yeah.
That makes the sky blue. It gets scattered by the atmosphere. If it goes like this, a lot of it travels through the atmosphere.
Yeah, around the
And
Earth.
So most of the light gets scattered, except the red light, which gets scattered the least.
And is passing through, and if the moon is right behind it during a lunar eclipse, that's gonna make,
The red light hit the moon.
and that's why you see a blood moon during lunar eclipses.
Yeah. You can also see blood moons when it's just really polluted.
Yeah, lots of dust.
Yeah, I think that's it.
Yeah? Okay. We know more than we did when we started.
A lot more.
Yeah.
Hopefully you do too.
Yeah. Learning along with us. Good job.
Thanks. Thank you for explaining.
Yeah.
I just don't understand how.
Well, you're in luck, because I don't either. What's your question, pretty girl? The Earth's orbiting the sun. No, the sun's... No, the Earth's orbiting the sun. I want to know what caused...
Wait, lunar eclipse and solar eclipse?
are different things.
Which one have we been talking about? I thought we were saying solar eclipse.
We were saying lunar. I'm pretty sure we said lunar eclipse.
No, I said solar eclipse and we read solar.
No, I think we read lunar eclipse.
No, no, no.
Pretty sure lunar eclipse.
Okay, all good. I'm just stupid.
Oh, during a lunar eclipse? Oh, maybe I should sit up. That scared me. We have packages.
I really hope it's the surfboard racks though.
Oh, I think it is, actually. Surfboard racks, dish rack, and one more thing I can't remember.
Underbed storage.
Underbed storage. I thought you were going to say underwear storage.
If you like this video, give it a like.
Give it a like.
Please.
Leave a comment and let us know what you learned. Also, let us know if you have any cool ideas for future episodes.
Yeah.
We read all of the comments. And subscribe for more videos like this.
Subscribe.
And watch our other videos. Here.
Goodbye.
Thank you.